Hey, what's going on, everyone? Josh Guerrero here, and welcome to another awesome episode of the All Around Adventure podcast. Whether you're joining me for the first time or if you've been listening for a while now, I certainly do want to welcome you here. And as always, I want to thank you for being here today. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot going on, but it just means so much to me that you've chosen to download and listen to this podcast today. And if you are, in fact, new to this podcast and you're not entirely sure what we're all about here, this is a show where you hear amazing tales from afar and get the all-important life lessons that go along with them. And that's done through a few different shows. We have my regular show, which is an interview show. I also have a solo episode that I do called The Blog Readings, where I just read my blog posts. And I also have a third show that you just so happen to be listening to right now or watching on YouTube. And this is your Wisdom Wednesday, which is exactly like how it sounds. Every single Wednesday, I just drop a little bit of wisdom on you. Don't talk for very long, maybe about 5, 6, 7 minutes, somewhere around there. Just give you a little something to ponder on as you go about and complete the rest of your week. Now, today I'm finishing off a 3-part series that I was doing for Wisdom Wednesday, talking about the 3-legged stool of fitness. We began a couple weeks back. We had physical training. Last week we had nutrition. And the final component to finish this off is sleep and recovery, hence why I am using the sleeping mask that you all see if you're watching on YouTube. And I'll see how I do with this. It's not too often, or pretty much hardly ever, that I actually decide to do a podcast recording where I can't even use my site, but we shall see. And hopefully I don't, miss the microphone in front of me at any point in time or bump it or something along those lines. But now when it comes to sleep, though, I've already done a couple of episodes about this where I gave a couple of tips on how to improve sleep. I actually have 2 episodes out there and making up a total of 10 different tips. So I probably won't talk about this for very long. I'll just probably give you some links to where you can hear those previous episodes where I kind of dive into the sleep science a little bit and how to optimize your sleep, which is all well and good, but I think there's a pretty critical component that I didn't mention in those episodes that I tend to observe a lot with many people out there who will say that they have a hard time sleeping, and that is that they aren't being intentional with their sleep or making sure that they are going to try to get proper sleep. I hear a lot of comments saying things like, oh, sleep is for the weak. I'll just grind it out through the night, pull it all-nighter. And then some people say, I'll just sleep when I'm dead and things like that. But then you notice that a lot of times they become irritable during the day. They're sleeping in, they may be grouchy at work. They're not able to optimize their performance and what it is that they're trying to do, and so on and so forth. That's why I think that we need to be intentional with our sleep to make sure that we are going to bed on time and that we, try out these different sleep sciences, see what works for us and things like that, because the other 2 components of the 3-legged stool of fitness, physical training and nutrition, like especially the physical training part, that's what breaks you down. Rest and recovery and nutrition is what helps build you back up. So if you're grinding and constantly beating yourself down, but not allowing yourself that proper rest and recovery to build yourself back up stronger, I feel like you're just doing yourself a very, very huge disservice. So that's why if we really want to optimize our performance in whatever facet of life that is, sleep has to become a priority. And I've even heard of recent studies saying that missing out on too much sleep could lead to lasting damage that could potentially span for the rest of your life. But it all starts with intentionality, being intentional with making sure that we get the proper amount of sleep, making sure that we get good quality sleep, and that we take care of ourselves and really do that critical component of rest and recovery. And that's really all I want to say on that for now. Like I said, I don't talk very long in these Wisdom Wednesday segments. If you're interested in checking out the other podcast episodes I did where I talk about some of the different tips to help you get better sleep, I'll leave links to those in the show notes for this episode or down below if you're watching on YouTube. And that's really all I have to say for now. And I hope you found some value in this today. If you did, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast wherever you might be listening to it, or click the subscribe button down below to support the channel. Also, if you'd like to connect with me and maybe give me some of your ideas of what you'd like to hear in future Wisdom Wednesday segments, you can connect with me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Facebook and Instagram at All Around Adventure, just one word with no dashes. And I'm on Twitter at All Around Advent over there. And, besides that, I just really appreciate you all tuning in today and, listen to what I had to say today. And I greatly appreciate it. And I don't take it for granted. And be sure to check back in on this Saturday for a brand new episode of the blog readings. And yeah, I guess, that's it. So thanks a lot, everyone. And until next time, I'm Josh Guerrero saying be safe, happy travels, and always move forward.